First of all, thank you. Thank you very much for being here. We are very, very excited to announce what is will be a monumental event. Just to point out, Golden Boy Promotions, back, not exactly sure what year it was, we promoted along with Affliction and our president-elect Donald Trump, our very first MMA show, which was a huge success. So we know, obviously, what we're getting ourselves involved with, but most importantly, what we're getting involved in is for the better of the fighter, for the better of the sport. It's giving fighters another platform to expose their talents. So I'm very happy to announce that this huge event in the mixed martial arts with Liddell versus Tito Ortiz will be an event that is that should not be missed. The absolute best is up here on stage. These two fighters are legends. They're living legends. Chuck Liddell and Tito Ortiz represent two of the most celebrated fighters in the history of combat sports. And for me, it truly is an honor to put together this third fight between two living legends. Chuck Liddell is a devastating puncher. He's a guy who has always had the ability to knock someone out with one single punch. And Tito Ortiz is a great grappler, wrestler, and a quintessential ground and pound type of fighter. Bringing these guys back to settle the score and find out who is better is something that fans have been waiting for a very long time. And I personally can't wait to see this great matchup. So this is an enormous event which will be taking place Saturday, November 24th, live on pay-per-view, and it'll be held at the Great Western Forum, the fabulous Great Western Forum in Los Angeles. The tickets go on sale today. We had an amazing pre-sale, which was incredible. I mean, they're going like hotcakes. That's just the pre-sale. So the on-sale that starts today for the general public, we're very positive and sure that this will be a sellout event in no time. You can get your tickets at Ticketmaster.com or by calling 1-800-745-3000, Ticketmaster.com. So without any further ado, let me introduce to you Tito's camp. I would like to call up to the podium to say a few words. George L. Prajan. George L. Prajan. George.
Well,
first of all, thank you all for attending today. I think it's going to be a monumental event. Been involved in the sport for a while now, and while the UFC has been the premier organization in the sport and has invested a lot of money in the sport and built it to where it's at today, we feel that when athletes get to a certain level, they should be participating more in the revenue, and it's just not an opportunity for them. So Oscar's come along and offered a true partnership with each of these guys where they're going to actually participate in the profits and be able to actually earn equally in the revenue, and we're thankful for that, and look forward to this fight. I think third time's a charm, and it's going to be a victory for Ortiz, and Viva Mexico.
Thank you very much. And you know, this fight, many people around the globe have been waiting for this trilogy. We all know the animosity between both fighters. We all know that they wish Tito and Chuck that the fight was tomorrow. They're ready to go now. As you see them up here on the podium, they're in amazing shape. We do want to thank the California State Athletic Commission. They are one of the best in the business as well, along the Nevada State Athletic Commission, and you know they made sure that that Chuck Liddell and Tito Ortiz were able to pass all their tests with flying colors, and it's obviously wonderful that that once again the fans can watch once and for all who the best is in this division. So let me take this moment to introduce to you. Like I said, he's a living legend. He's a fighter who, when you think about mixed martial arts, when you think about who was there right from the start, when UFC started, you think about Tito Ortiz, and he's been an amazing champion. He's been an amazing fighter throughout his whole career, and by looking at him, by talking to him, I can truly say that this is only the beginning after so many years of him fighting. So it is my pleasure to introduce to you the former UFC light heavyweight champion of the world, Tito Ortiz.
Thank you, Oscar. Las Vegas, California, live at the Forum, November 24th. I get an opportunity to put you out once and for all. It came around. I fought last year against Chael Sonnen in Bellator 170. I choked him out in 2.5 minutes. He's still in the heavyweight tournament and still beating guys. This guy next to me, he hasn't fought in over 10 years. He wants to come out of retirement and call me out. I've been passionately busy on my other businesses, but you know what? I see the opportunity to finally shut this guy up, to finally get my hand raised on my terms. Not the opportunity where UFC, who's given us a great opportunity to be the sport where it is today, but De La Hoya, once again, thank you very much for giving us this opportunity to shut this guy up and to start a new business and to start what MMA truly should be. We go out there, we put our lives on the line. I've been through so many major surgeries, and I've been able to bounce back. I'm healthier than I've ever been. I put myself to the grindstone. Like I said, I've been competing over the last 21 years, every single year. And on November 24th, when I get my hand raised over next to this knucklehead next to me, I'll show you guys what I'm truly about. And this is only the beginning, man. Like I said, I'm 43 years young. You watch guys, the greatest, like Bernard Hopkins, being 52, being a world champion. See guys like the greatest, like Randy Couture, at 43, being the world champion. You're gonna see Tito Ortiz on November 24th, at 43, getting his hand raised over an old man, a shell of a man, Chuck, the snowflake Liddell. Thank you guys so much.
All right, thank you, Tito. Now it is my pleasure to introduce to you the manager of Chuck Liddell, and that is Dave Thomas, to say a few words. Dave, thank you.
Good afternoon. Wow, finally coming to fruition. Thank you to Golden Boy and Oscar for giving us the opportunity to do this. It's been since 1994 I've been involved in this sport, and seeing the athletes not get paid and always talk about what boxers do and how they get paid. And now Golden Boy and Oscar are giving these guys the opportunity to do something that's great and huge and possibly change the sport of MMA forever. And it's exciting and an honor to be a part of it. Thank you to Las Vegas today. Thank you to the California Athletic Commission. Most importantly, the biggest honor is to be involved with Chuck Liddell and his return to the ring. The greatest and most iconic fighter in the history of the sport. It is a true honor for me to be involved. I think it's an honor for everybody here to be able to watch his return to the ring. Chuck wasn't done. Chuck had unfinished business. not necessarily with any opponents, but with the sport. He didn't retire on his terms. I feel like Chuck had a lot left in him, and it's a great thing to be able to see a guy come back in better shape, leaner, healthier, stronger than he was when he retired. And you guys are going to see some real fireworks. I expect it to be a great night. I don't expect the fight to be anything different than the first two, other than it's going to be a little bit quicker. It's an honor to work with Chuck. It's an honor to work with Golden Boy and to be here. Thank you all for your time.
Thank you very much, David. When you think about fighters like George Foreman, you think about fighters like Bernard Hopkins, you think about Floyd Mayweather. You know, when you have a fighter who lives, breathes, sleeps, eats, fighting, and nothing else, you're able to have longevity in any sport. And that's the case with these two fighters. And these fighters are in tremendous shape. They are ready to put on a great show. And, you know, we really can't wait to be the new kid on the block, so to speak. I'm not here to be a competitor whatsoever, because I must say that I have to take my hat off to the UFC for what they've done for the sport. It's been wonderful. But all I'm here to do is to empower the fighter, just the way I did with boxing. And I brought in my partners like Sugar Shane Mosley and Bernard Hopkins and Marco Antonio Barrera. We empower the fighter. That's exactly what we're doing here with Golden Boy Promotions. It's empowering these two legends here on the podium here. So it is my pleasure now to introduce a man that needs no introduction. He has a record of 30-8, and it is my pleasure and honor to introduce to you Chuck Liddell. Chuck.
Thank you, everyone, for having me here. First, to address Tito. I know he's hoping. I know you're hoping. I'm a shell of the man that I was, because that's the only way he'd have a chance at beating me. But he's going to find out real quick, November 24th, that I'm not. I still hit just as hard. I still wrestle just as well. And he is going to get knocked out.
You ain't doing shit.
Anyway, thank you guys for having me. I'm excited to be back in the sport, and I'm excited to prove to everyone that I'm not too old. You can do anything you put your mind to. I will be there, I will be in shape, and I will be ready. This guy is getting knocked out, and I am going to enjoy it.
You ain't doing shit.
All right, guys. All right, thank you, Chuck. You know what, I have to admit, for the first time ever, I'm afraid to do a face-off.
Yeah. No luck to you on this one.
Thank you guys for being here. It's going to be an amazing fight, November 24th. So let's, can we pose the fighters for a picture? For the first time, for the third time, but for the first time in this promotion.
No, I'm hoping, I guarantee.
Here we go.
I ain't hoping shit.
Caesar.
Really, Tom? I don't believe it. He doesn't have